What's swinging, guys? It's Carl the Winger here. Today we're going to be reacting to the Story Makers Series 1 Rhymes. So without further ado, let's start reacting.
Come on into the library, it's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Milton Wordsworth, Shelley and Jackson, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come and be a story maker. Story makers. Story makers. It's midnight. Hello.
Has everybody gone?
Welcome, one and all. Milton Wordsworth, story maker and magical maestro, at your service. I felt it was time to make up a rhyme like the children were learning today. This poem's all mine. I hope it is fine. If not, I hope you will say. Bravo, well done.
It sounded very hard, Jackson. How did you do it?
I matched up all the words that end the same way, like rhyme and time and today and say.
Oh, Milton, you're good at doing that too, aren't you?
Well, yes, it's poetry, and you know how I love poetry. But it can be hard, especially if you can't think of anything that rhymes.
What rhymes with jelly?
Smelly! I tell you what, why don't we make a story about rhyming? That's
Belly
a good
rhymes
idea.
with jelly.
Yeah. Well done, son.
Very funny, Bunny.
Well,
Funny
now let's
bunny.
see. Here are some children's names for a rhyming story. Now for some imagination. Ready to get the machine
Ready,
going?
guys? Imagine a story. A playbook.
Great, it's a playbook.
And it's called Ellie's Jellies. Ellie, put your jellies on. Ellie, put your jellies on. Ellie, put your jellies on. It's a sunny day.
A little song, I see.
Melly, put your wellies on. Melly, put your wellies on. Melly, put your wellies on and come outside.
Melly
today.
wellies.
Kimmy, put your swimmies on. Kimmy, put your swimmies on. Kimmy, put your swimmies on and party in the pool.
Really? Swimming costumes for board pools.
Matty, put your hattie on. Matty, put your hattie on. Matty, put your hattie on. You're looking very cool. Ginny, put your penny on. Ginny, put your penny on. Ginny, put your penny on. We're making buns for Mum. Tilly, put your frilly on. Tilly, put your frilly on. Tilly, put your frilly on. It's time for party fun.
Quite good rhymes, eh?
Pippa, put your slippers on. Pippa, put your slippers on. Pippa, put your slippers on your left foot and your right.
Well, I've definitely slipped up. Get the joke?
Sammy, put your jammies on. Sammy, put your jammies on. Sammy, put your jammies on.
OMG, a little kid and it shows a nappy.
Oh, that was fun! Oh, the children's...
What did everyone think there? I never expected a nappy to be shown in that. Honestly, but I see him every day. Some people might not know this, but it's appeared in some videos. But I have some medical issues that has me require to wear nappies. Not literally, I never expected to see a nappy appear on a video of story makers. But literally, Sammy, put your jammies on. Since it showed a nappy, I thought it was going to be something that rhymed with nappy, but no.
Names rhyme with their clothes.
I've been looking at more words that rhyme.
Shoe, two, blue.
Shoe to blue.
Should we make a story with one of these things?
Oh yes, but which one?
Ooh, I'm not sure.
Oh, I'll use the shoe.
Okay, one.
The shoe.
Because you can't decide, Jelly.
Oh,
For story number 2, we can use this shoe. That's a good rhyme.
You can be sure about that.
Are you ready to say the magic words?
Imagine a story.
Oh yes, it's a barnacle rock
A
story.
barnacle rock story needs a good.
Old boot.
Once upon a tide at Barnacle Rock, something stinky turned up.
rise and shine, barnacles under the sea. What's so smelly and homey?
Yes, yes!
Chimed the barnacles.
Someone is making stinky whiffs!
Harry, the seahorse, floated out of the seaweed.
Phew, me, what a pong.
Electra sparked by in a panic.
Sea monster alert! Everyone hide!
The sea creatures hid, but there was no sign of a sea monster. Are you sure you saw a sea monster? Ellie whispered.
Well, I've never seen anything like it before. It's huge and black and shiny. With
Huge,
long
black and
tentacles,
shiny.
And when it gets close, it lets off a terrible pong.
Everyone took a peek.
A terrible
On
pong.
the seabed was
It-
a ghastly-looking creature.
Anyone said that to me, I'd immediately think a skunk or something.
Ellie gasped.
And doesn't it pong?
Winced Electra. Gruff, the pufferfish, swam out from behind his slimy stone.
What's that lovely smell?
He asked.
Careful, Gruff, it's a sea monster.
No, it isn't a sea monster.
Grumbled Gruff.
I think it's rather lovely.
But whatever can it be?
Hissed Electra.
Perhaps we should ask Papa Clam.
Did somebody call?
Hopper Clam appeared from under the sand.
Oh, what's that awful smell?
It's a stinky sea monster.
I just love the voice of Papa Clam.
No, it isn't.
Said Gruff sulkily.
What's
Clam
that,
took a
Bob?
closer look.
It's not a sea monster. That there creature is an old boot. The people.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to give you all the boo.
Their feet.
Ah, get the joke, everyone.
They step on something sharp.
But why does it smell?
Hissed Electra.
Old boots get very stinky. This one could make Barnacle Rock smell for weeks.
Sighed Papa Clam. All the sea creatures looked glum, except for Gruff, who looked quite pleased.
But how can we get rid of it?
Ellie groaned. It's so big. Suddenly, Electra screamed.
Watch out! There's a hook about!
A fishing hook had appeared. The creatures swam about wildly. Don't panic, shouted Ellie. I've had an idea. Ellie floated up to the hook and nudged it into the boot. They all watched in amazement as the boot was hauled out of the water. Gruff almost shed a tear.
Well done, Ellie.
Boomed Papa Clam.
It smells better already.
Well, that's the end of our whiffy adventure for today, Ellie giggled.
I used to love this.
One story left, and we've got a blue and a moo and a two. Oh, I know. What? Well, if we put the blue and the moo in the machine, we might get a blue cow story, and then we can put in the number 2.
A blue Mum the Winger story.
Bravo! The blue, the moo, and the number 2. And the final ingredient is your imaginations. Imagine
a story.
It worked! It's a blue cow story. And it's called Blue Cow the Bridesmaid.
In a field not far away is a herd of cows grazing quietly. One of the cows is most unusual. Blue Cow wonders about the big world beyond her field. One day, Blue Cow could hear some bells ringing, as though they were ringing high up in the sky. I wonder where that magical chiming's coming from.
That's Redcliffe bells!
The other cows. So, Blue Cow caught the bus that stops beside her field. I'd like a ticket to where there are bells playing, please. There you go, madam. Hold very tight. And they set off for a church. And then they arrived. The beautiful ringing...
That sounds like Redcliffe bells.
In front of the church there were some people that looked like fairies in pretty dresses, and there were men in tall hats. In the corner was one fairy that was crying. She had the fluffiest, frilliest, whitest dress Blue Cow had ever seen. She walked up to the beautiful lady. Why are you crying? It's my wedding and I've fallen over and hurt my knee and I can't walk down the aisle of the church and everybody's waiting for me. Oh, please don't cry. Blue Cow couldn't bear to see such a pretty face looking so unhappy.
I can't believe we found the sound of Redcliffe bells in a Story Maker episode.
Blue Cow said. The bride smiled a big smile. Her whole face lit up. Oh, thank you. Oh, you could be my chief bridesmaid. The other fairies, who were really bridesmaids, decorated Blue Cow all over with flowers. They were all colours and sizes and they smelt lovely. Blue Cow felt like a fairy cow. The music in the church started playing and Blue Cow carried the bride on her back. The bride's dress was flowing and Blue Cow carried a bouquet of flowers in her mouth. Everyone in the congregation clapped and cheered, for no one had ever seen such a fine wedding procession.
That is amazing.
Threw her bouquet high into the
Imagine seeing a cow as a bridesmaid.
in the sky. As the flowers came down, Blue Cow leapt up and caught them. You're a lucky cow, said a lady in a fetching yellow outfit. You'll be getting married soon. I think I need to go home first, Blue Cow said, worrying that one of the men in tall hats would have to come and live in her field with her. You'll never guess where I've been. Where have you been? I've been to a wedding and I was a bridesmaid. Everyone knows cows can't be bridesmaids.
But we know they can, don't we?
I think you should know that it's time to go.
Sally is right. It's no longer night. In fact, I would say...
Well,
it's getting
it's time to ring out, but I need to bring someone outside first.
The morning is nigh. We've made our stories and we bid you goodbye. Bye.
the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous.
Thanks for helping.
Bye, story makers.
See you again soon.
That was amazing. That we literally had a blue cow story with the sound of Redcliffe bells. I believe they were Redcliffe's bells anyways. And I cannot believe that. But I thought this was a quite good Story Makers episode. But it's time for me to go, but I have to get this uploaded. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. So if you've enjoyed it, then please subscribe for future content and reactions. And please go ahead and let me know what you would like me to react to next. And until next time, ring out.
Check it out.
Thank you. You have been watching Kyle the Ringer. Please subscribe for future content. And until next time, ring out.